My family do makeup. I do think they need to make up, but I don't think this country is a safe place for Meghan or Harry. I think the racism that Meghan receives is despicable, and I think Harry's quite right to keep his family and his children safe from the despicable hate.
Hello everyone, welcome back. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, like and share, because today's story reveals just how warped the UK media narrative truly is. We're living in an era where it's easier to criticise Meghan Sussex than to scrutinise serious issues within the royal estate. How did we get here? Let's consider the recent example of Meghan's partnership with As Ever, a legitimate, ethical business venture. Yet what did we see? The media, for days on end, spinning a narrative of false outrage around it. Meanwhile, when the Times brought to light the underpayment of gardeners at Highgrove, a royal estate, the media's response was deafening silence. It's puzzling, isn't it? There's no time to question wage exploitation within the royal estate, no curiosity about what really happens behind the Grand Palace gates. But when it comes to Meghan Sussex, suddenly they have all the energy in the world. It's like a switch flips, and the media is all geared up, ready to pounce. It's not a mere lapse in judgment or poor reporting. This is a deliberate campaign, a calculated move to demonise one woman, Meghan Sussex, while turning a blind eye to an outdated, unethical system. This isn't just about Meghan Sussex. It's about the twisted narrative the media is feeding us. It's about their double standards and their relentless pursuit to bring down a woman who has done nothing but maintain her integrity in the face of adversity. Why is Meghan constantly under attack for doing what others are praised for? Why is her success viewed with suspicion while real misconduct, real scandals are conveniently swept under the rug? It's not just bias, it's targeted hostility, and it's been going on for far too long. There's no time to question royal wage exploitation, no curiosity about what really goes on behind palace gates. But when it's Meghan Sussex, suddenly they have all the energy in the world. This isn't random. It's not poor reporting. It's a deliberate campaign to demonise one woman, Meghan Sussex, while protecting an outdated, unethical system. Let's break this down. Meghan Sussex, a woman who dared to step outside the royal norm, is continually in the crosshairs of the media. Each of her actions is dissected, criticised and spun into a negative narrative. But why? Consider this. Meghan Sussex, like any other woman of influence, makes business decisions, supports causes she believes in and voices her opinions. Yet each of these actions is treated as a transgression by the media, while others are praised for similar actions. Let's take her partnership with As Ever, for instance. It was a legitimate, ethical business move, but the media painted it with outrage and suspicion. On the other hand, when reports of wage exploitation within the royal estate surfaced, the media chose to look the other way. This isn't an isolated incident. It's a pattern of targeted hostility against Meghan Sussex. Why is her success viewed through a lens of suspicion, while real misconduct within the royal estate is conveniently ignored? Why does the media go to great lengths to vilify her, while turning a blind eye to the outdated, unethical practices within the royal institution? This isn't just bias, it's a targeted, systematic attack on a woman who dared to break away from the traditional royal mould. A woman who chose to speak out against the system that tried to silence her. And the royal family? Silent, complicit. But Meghan Sussex, despite the relentless media onslaught, continues to thrive. She's creating, innovating and making a difference. Not because they allowed her to, but because she refused to be silenced. And that's the crux of the matter. The media can't control Meghan Sussex, so they vilify her, but she's still here, winning despite it all. It's not just bias, it's targeted hostility, and it's been going on for far too long. Meghan Sussex has built her life and business with integrity. She's done it legally, ethically, and without leaning on the very institution that tried to break her. But instead of celebrating that, the media twists it. Let's take a moment to appreciate the real Meghan Sussex. The woman behind the headlines, the entrepreneur, the philanthropist, the mother. She's a force in her own right, creating meaningful change in the world, and doing it with a tenacity and resilience that is truly admirable. Meghan's achievements are numerous, from her successful lifestyle brand, to her advocacy work, to her role as a producer. She's shown time and time again that she's not just a former royal, but a woman of substance who's passionate about making a difference. And yet the media continues to paint a picture of Meghan that is not just unflattering but deeply unfair. They seize upon every opportunity to cast doubt on her motives, to question her integrity, to make her out to be the villain in a narrative that they themselves have constructed. But the real Meghan Sussex is not the character the media has created. She's a woman who, despite the relentless attacks, has continued to rise. She's used the scrutiny and criticism as fuel to drive her forward, to build her empire, to make a positive impact. And she's done it all without compromising her values, without bending to the pressures of an institution that tried to break her. Meghan Sussex is proof that it's possible to stand tall in the face of adversity, to stay true to oneself, to thrive in the midst of relentless criticism. She's not just surviving, she's thriving. She's not just creating, she's making a difference. She's not just a former royal, she's a woman of substance, a woman of power, a woman of resilience. And she's doing it all on her own terms, not because the media or the institution that once rejected her has allowed her to, but because she's chosen to rise above it all. But she's still here, thriving, creating, not because they allowed her to, but because she rose above all the noise. And I won't stay silent either, because this isn't journalism. It's reputational sabotage, plain and simple. We've been led down a rabbit hole by a media that's more interested in scandal and sensationalism than in truth. The relentless vilification of Meghan Sussex is a case in point. Instead of focusing on the real issues at hand, the media has chosen to paint a picture that's as far removed from the truth as one can imagine. It's a calculated, premeditated campaign designed to distract, to confuse, and to sow seeds of doubt. But let's not forget that we, as viewers, readers, and consumers of news, are not simply passive observers. We have the power to question, to challenge, and to demand better. We have the power to turn the tide, to shift the narrative, and to stand up against the media's warped portrayal. So, what can we do? We can start by staying informed, by seeking out multiple sources of information, and by questioning the narrative that's presented to us. We can refuse to be swayed by sensational headlines and instead delve deeper to uncover the truth. We can call out inconsistencies, challenge biases, and hold the media accountable for their actions. We can also stand in solidarity with those who are unjustly targeted. We can lend our voices to theirs, amplifying their stories and their truths. We can refuse to be complicit in the media's game of character assassination. In the end, it's about demanding better from those who shape our understanding of the world. It's about refusing to accept a narrative that's built on falsehoods and biases. It's about standing up for truth, for fairness, and for accountability. Thank you for watching. If you believe in truth and accountability, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, stay informed, stay aware, and keep questioning the narrative.